Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guest and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm Michael Esposito, the host of the show, and an insurance agent specializing in business and personal insurance. I'll introduce my guest in just a moment. First, I'd like to give an update on Forgotten Children of Haiti's fundraiser, Masks for the Frontline in Haiti. Thanks to our generous donors, we have raised $2,800. We're approaching $2,900, but we have a goal of $5,000 to hit by the end of this month. Please help us accomplish our goal by visiting our GoFundMe campaign and making a donation today of just $8 to buy one mask for one frontline worker in Haiti. The link's in my bio and the description of these videos. I'd also like to thank our show sponsor, HV Gold Rewards. HV Gold Rewards is one of the largest Facebook networking groups in the Hudson Valley. Visit hvgoldreward.com to buy your $10 discount card and enter promo code FCH, and HV Gold Rewards will donate $8 for every card sold towards our fundraiser. Well, without further ado, we have a very special guest. In fact, it's our HV Gold Rewards sponsors, the president to HV Gold Rewards. We're going to bring him in just a second. I see he's on already, so he'll be coming in just a second. And I see HV Hudson Valley Eats is on. Thanks for joining us. Visit HudsonValleyEats.com to find out about local restaurants in the Hudson Valley area. And also they have a page that can hook you up with the non-for-profits, food pantries, and everything in the local area to be able to help out everybody, get food to the people that need food. Ramon, I'm just waiting for your feed to come in. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's very weird. Do you want to disconnect it and reconnect again? Can you hear me? I'm gonna disconnect you. All right, so you left. Sorry, everyone. We're just having a few technical difficulties, but we'll be back on in just a second. I want to welcome you all to the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I have a very special guest coming on today. It's Ramon Pineiro, and he is the president of Hudson Valley HV Gold Rewards, which is one of our show sponsors. And it looks like he might have his video working again, so I'm going to bring him on again and give him a proper introduction.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
Am I coming in yet?
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Oh, what the hell?
These are the issues that we run into with social media and technical difficulties. All good, Ramon. Don't worry about it. You work through it. Figure out what you need to do. Is your camera on?
Yeah, I see my face, but it's not coming through.
Right. Yeah. On my end, it's just circling, and everybody can hear you. I'm assuming because I could hear you like I just said.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you want to maybe back out of the app?
Yeah, let me try it one more time.
Yep, back out of the app and maybe shut down the app and then open it up again. I'll keep everybody entertained, don't worry. Through a couple, like I said, technical difficulties. I see Powered by DJ Echo is on. What is up, Jesus? I'm happy to see you on here, sir. And it looks like we're gonna try this again. All right. Let's see.
I don't know. For some reason, every time I go in, it stops me.
It stops. Can you go maybe from your private account?
Sure. Let me try.
Right.
Let me try my
private account.
All right.
All right. Cool. All right. What's up, Stonewall girl, Janine Greer? You got to get on this show. This is a contractor. As I always said, you're one of the most beautiful contractors I ever met. So you got to come on the show. Everybody's got to meet you. And DJ Echo, can I bring you in for like a quick minute? Could you help us out real quick while we're trying to get Ramon on so you can give him a shout out and what HV Gold Rewards has done for you? Just say yes if you want to come on, DJ Echo. Oh, wait, forget it. All right, hold on. CE Avengers is coming on. Here we go. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all for bearing with us here. It might be something with your phone. Oh, man.
Let me pull up my other phone. I mean, as of right now, just keep it going. I could kind of help, I guess.
All right, try to come on with a different phone.
That's what I'm working
And
on now.
all right, cool. So I'm gonna X out of this one. I think we have more viewers watching this right now than I've had on most of my videos. So everybody likes the technical difficulties. For all of you just tuning in right now, I see some of you who have already been watching the show or who've been paying attention to the show. We're just having a few technical difficulties. Oh, there we go. We're gonna have DJ Echo come on. He's gonna keep us entertained for a little while. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast show where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. Typically, we don't have these kind of problems. But of course, when we have the president of HV Gold Rewards, the one who puts us in touch with everybody, we have these problems. What's up, Jesus? How are you today?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday to everybody.
I figured I would get a Shining Light vet on the show to help us fill in the space a little bit.
Not a problem, man. How you doing?
Good, man. So you were on the show last week, and just give me some feedback as to what you thought of the show and how it how you felt about it, and anybody else out there that might be thinking about doing the show with me.
Well, I mean, we spoke a little bit about it. I mean, that was really one of the best interviews that I've ever had. We flowed great together. I mean, it was super. I mean, besides my little hiccup in the middle there, it was great. I mean, I was very informative on both ends, and you're easy to talk to. And I mean, for anybody interested, I would say please contact you, get with it, because it was a really good interview.
Cool. Thank you for that. And then I see Ramon join on his private account. We're going to bring him in a second, but I figured since I have you on, you're part of HV Gold Rewards, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, the networking group that Ramon started. Could you just share real quick your experience with HV Gold Reward and Ramon?
Well, I mean, it's simple. I mean, you have your fee for the year to join as a business. You get a bunch of cards that you're able to give out to clients, which is great because, not only do you help yourself, and it's also a little kickback to a client, whether it's, an event for me, whether it's an event that they're booking me for, or I could give it to them as a gift after an event. Not only does it help me because it's a little something coming from me, but it also helps to promote the rest of the dozens and dozens of other businesses that are on there. And I mean, it helps promote local business because if you're looking for a restaurant, they're listed there. They have all their promotions and everything going on. So that not only are you going to get a great price, a great eat, a great experience, but you're helping a local business to continue to thrive and to continue to stay open. And it's a good feeling, man. So I know you're going to get all the information with Ramon today. But for businesses, man, this is a great opportunity to join on to something. And, there are kickbacks for you. So.
Cool. Thank you very much for joining us and helping us out here, Jesus. I see Ramon is joined back in, so we're going to try to get his feed back on. I'll talk to you soon. Stay tuned. All right, bye. Stay tuned, everybody. Hang in. We're working through some technical difficulties with everything, and I'm going to try to get Ramon back in here and give him a proper introduction so you all get to know the man behind HV Gold Rewards, which is one of our show sponsors. So really important.
I don't know. I got a different phone. Hold on. Let me request it with the other phone.
We're just gonna post a picture of you on here, and I'm just gonna talk to the picture.
I'm working off of two phones right now, trying to get this thing working. It's so weird.
And so you have your camera on and everything, like you got the phone right. Yeah, I hear the echo, so I hear you're trying to do something there.
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me turn that down.
Oh, good.
Try to
thank all of our viewers.
Let me sign out of this.
Okay. All right. I want to thank all of our viewers for paying attention, for staying with us here right now. We're just working through some technical difficulties. Instagram is giving Ramon a hard time on being able to get his camera working. There's probably some back-end issue going on right now. If anybody knows how to maybe fix this for him, just shoot us over a message and we'll appreciate it. Definitely a shout out to some of the people I see in here. I got my sister on here, Marina Well. Marina Well's a nurse. She's one of our frontline workers. She's my sister, and she's putting in extra hours to be able to help throughout this COVID crisis. So definitely shout out to my sister. I see Jeff Severson Photography. Jeff, we love all of your pictures. You give awesome pictures of the Hudson Valley. Definitely missing those. Post a lot of those. I got Matt Alfonso in here. Matt Alfonso, reach out to Matt. Matt's, if you go to Matt's Facebook page, Matt, plug in your Instagram and plug in your Facebook page in the comment section, please, because I want to direct everybody to you. Matt's offering an introduction to his program that he's doing for mindful living and mindful living coaching. He's trying to help you get back to being mindful, learn how to meditate, how to be present in everything that you're doing, more focus on your job, more focus on your family, finding that balance. And he's putting together a beta course pretty much where he's discounting his rate tremendously to be able to get you in there. And he's only looking for a very small group. I think it's like 6 or 8 people that he's trying to work with right now to build this beta course out, get your feedback and understanding. And he's offering it at a major, major discount. So reach out to Matt. He's a great resource for that. He's also been on the show, and we actually did a live meditation together. It looks like we're going to try this one more time with our friend here, Ramon. Just give us a second here. Going to try to get him on. And Matt, definitely drop those links in the comments, please. You're very welcome, Matt. And I'm hoping that this works. Yes, it works.
Yes.
He's here. We can see
the other phone works.
Awesome, Captain America. Let's go. Nice.
Yeah. So
there we are.
It took 2 phones, and I realized that I didn't have the most up-to-date app, so that's probably what it was.
All right. So from our social media guru, I want everybody out there to understand this. If you're having trouble with social media, even us, the ones who do social media every single day of the week, a person right here who built a network of over 8,500 people on Facebook has issues with social media. So you are not alone when you're struggling with your social media. We're all in it together for sure.
It's Mark Zuckerberg. I blame him.
All right, well, let me get you a proper introduction and let everybody know what this show is all about today. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm Michael Esposito, the host of the show and an insurance agent specializing in business and personal insurance. Alone, we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Those are the words of Helen Keller. I want to ask you all, are you a part of a networking group? Are you a part of a community organization? Please let me know in the comments. Let Ramon know in the comments. Because my guest today started one of the largest Facebook business networking groups in the Hudson Valley with over 8,500 members. He's Ramon Pineiro, and today he's going to share how networking, collaborating, and shopping local helps your community thrive. Please welcome Ramon. What is up?
Finally.
He's here. So Ramon.
So believe it or not, I think it had to do with my app not being up to date. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
All understood. All good. Don't worry about it. We looks like everybody kind of hung in there, and we're going to replay this show later today, and I'll try to maybe cut right to the chase. But could you share with us your backstory? Also, by the way, everybody, a Marist graduate, another Red Fox in the house. Thank you very much to our Red Foxes out there. But could you share with us your backstory as to how you started this huge network on Facebook, this huge Facebook networking group that helps small local businesses, as I just said, thrive in our community, and obviously what inspired you to do that?
So the Hudson Valley for Local initiative originally started out as the HVFLI, being Hudson Valley Facebook-like increase, right? A lot of businesses didn't know how to increase their viewership for their businesses. So I actually myself, looking for myself, because I own an IT business called CE Avengers, and I'm scouring and trying to figure out how exactly do I get this company that I just started out there. So I started joining all these different groups. There were places like for Like and all this stuff. And I found out that there was like businesses from or so-called businesses from like Indonesia and Asia and India and Africa and all this stuff. And yeah, I'm liking them, they're liking me, but I'm like, wait a second, how are they going to help me? Right. I live in New York. I live in Wappingers and this guy is in South Africa or he's in China. How is he helping my business? So
Right.
I was like, well, why don't I put everybody that I know in the area together in a group, and let's see if we can get each other's group, like pages help the same way, but real people. So I came up with the initial Dutchess County Facebook like increase group, and immediately I regretted my decision because everybody in the Hudson Valley wanted to join. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll make one for every county and see how that goes. And then I immediately regretted that decision. And I finally just put everything together and I said, okay, fine, it's the Hudson Valley Facebook. And then live became.
It looks like you just froze up a little bit. The feed just froze up a little bit. Just repeat that again. The Hudson Valley FLI
is the Hudson Valley Facebook like increase group now became the Hudson Valley for Local Initiative. From there, I was able to accumulate different businesses to help not only my business, but then their own businesses and the businesses of their friends. And I actually set a goal for them to continually add, I'm sorry, I'm using a dead phone, so it's like, so I actually got them to add their friends, and their friends added their friends, so it's been continually growing from there. And, you know, it's not about, like, my business, and that's why I created the Hudson Valley Gold Rewards program. It's about all the businesses of the Hudson Valley come together. The only way that we could really grow as a community is if we do it together. Because, you know, back in the day, when businesses used to say, hey, John, how you doing? Or hey, Bob, or hey, Ramon, you know, hey, Mike, you know, everybody knew everybody by name. It was a lot easier to get your business out there because it was a small niche. Now that, you know, corporations have taken over the United States and a lot of people have grown apart, you know, Amazon, HP, you name it, Walmart, they now has separated that I know you factor. Yeah, you might be friends with that person that works at Walmart, but it's not the same image of what you would get if you went to their own grocery store or if you went to their hardware store. And you get that personal feel that you can't touch. You really, like, even with the virus, there are businesses out there that you can't touch that moment that you have, that memory that you have when you go into their location and you're like, wow, that's like, this is not only a business owner, this is my friend. You know, like, I know this person, and yeah, exactly. I built this relationship with them that it's just like, they're there for my anniversaries, they're there for my birthdays, they're there when I need them most, like whether it be flowers if I messed up, you know, and I gotta get flowers, or if it's, you know, hey, what kind of doctor would you use for this? You know, that type of thing. And, you know, getting that feedback from people, and being able to trust them is the biggest thing. And growing that is kind of like the message that I wanted to bring across in the Hudson Valley HVFLI. And the point of that is when you actually bring all these businesses together, something beautiful happens. You know, meeting all these different people, I could probably say that I know 60% at least of the group right now. And that's just them online, meeting them in person because of the group. You know, I wouldn't have ventured out and not a single one of these people. Initially, I didn't know who was here, who was there. I didn't know who existed anywhere. I was like Walmart, Wendy's, Best Buy, and Amazon is online, and I go to Newegg, and that was it. I didn't know that there was Café con Leche that serves Puerto Rican food in Wappingers, or AMH Home Services that takes care of all your mold needs, and I didn't know that there was a Montgomery Book Exchange in Montgomery that has books up the wazoo that you can get, and it's better than Barnes & Noble's because he has like that Harry Potter feel, you know? These experiences that you go to these different businesses, you're like, wow, this is, like, I didn't know you guys exist, and now that I know you exist, it's amazing. You know, there's a store in Cold Spring called The Shops that has multiple shops inside that one shop, right? Who'd have thought of that? I don't think any big business would have been able to say they could fit like 7 or 8 shops into one shop, you know? So, you know, getting this innovation, getting these small businesses to show you that there's different ways of doing business, that right there is like amazing. And to be able to bring them to light and being able to assemble a team, if you will, no pun intended, or pun intended, maybe, you know, but to be able to bring a team together to do things differently is my goal, because I want more and more Hudson Valley businesses to thrive. Right now, a lot of them are closed. A lot of them are working paycheck to paycheck, and that's not the way that we need to be doing business. So in order for me to promote them and me bring out, kind of be like their cheerleader for the year type of thing, you know, I created a dude, where's my card? All right, my card is called the Hudson Valley Gold Rewards card. So this is the card right here. Don't mind the glare. I got my camera light, so that way I could actually shine because of the shining light.
Nice,
so
nice.
this card is just a card in itself, right? It doesn't do anything until you put the small businesses on the website. So putting them on the website and getting them to offer some sort of discount and reward, it just gives me an excuse to offer them to everybody and their mother, right? I don't have to do that. The reason why I do it is because sometimes people have this stigma about small businesses that they're expensive, that they are more expensive than Amazon, more expensive than Walmart, more expensive. So why would I want to use them? You know? And then you turn around and you get a small discount and you try them out and you're like, that's why they're a little bit more expensive, or that's why their price is on par, but they may charge a little bit more for this or that service. Because they give you that extra, you know, that at the end of the day, you're like, I had an experience. I didn't just go shopping somewhere. I had an experience. So that's, and I'm sorry for holding my phone. It's like I said, it's a dead phone, so I don't usually have a case for it or anything. But the whole thing is that's why I have the Hudson Valley Gold Rewards card, because I want to be your cheerleader as a small business and be able to get you on the card and say, listen, give this to your friends, give this to your family, tell people to buy it. Let me do fundraisers with it. Let's get all small businesses on here. There are other different discount cards or rewards cards out there, but they're to corporations, large franchises, businesses that don't help your community. And the big thing is I want to be able to go to Poughkeepsie and say, you know what, I want to change that park around and I want to be able to do something with that. Well, let's do a fundraiser behind it and let's get that done. You know, let's us as the community do it instead of wasting our time trying to get the government to, you know, make a move on certain things, because they have protocols that they have to do. They have budgets that they have to review. They have things that they have to do to get to that. While we, as being people of the community, we can just step up and just do what we used to do, which is take care of ourselves. You know, the biggest thing that we have to do is make sure that our communities for our children are stable. And the only way to do that is to stabilize it by having honest to good and profitable small businesses that'll bring viable salaries, bring jobs with them, and be able to do that in the Hudson Valley. The Hudson Valley is huge. I think if I last did a demographic, there's over 4 million people in the Hudson Valley. You know, it's huge. You know, yeah, granted, the New York City has 8 million or whatever it is in one like small location, but the Hudson Valley together, we bring the beauty of New York. The fact that you could see like the fall and the leaves, and then we have lakes and we have parks and we have all these different things that you can't get. Like I'm from the Bronx, so all I used to see was blacktop and concrete. So to be able to see land and be able to cherish like bees and flowers, and you're like, these trees are beautiful. And you can't say that in the city. You see that one tree that's been sitting there in the middle of the concrete for years, and it's like holding on to dear life. And you're like, that's a tree. But then when you come to the Hudson Valley, you're like, wow, these are trees. Like, this is beautiful. So, you know, I want my kids to grow up here, and I want them to have the capability of staying in the Hudson Valley, living in the Hudson Valley, and working in the Hudson Valley. And the only way that you could do that is to grow small businesses, right? So creating the group was a part of it. Getting like for like, building your audience, right? Facebook has an algorithm, and a lot of small businesses don't know how to operate it. So they usually hire or they pay Facebook to do advertising. So I came up with a freer option. It's not 100% free, but it's closer to being free because adding 10 people, it only takes your time, maybe 10 minutes, just to add 10 people that you know, and you get advertising rights for a month in my group, right? If, let's say, you're a collaborator and you're somebody that makes original content, I want you in the group too. Just like you, Mike, or Dickie Baxter and Barbara Martinez, you're doing videos to help shine on different people that are a part of the Hudson Valley, that they wouldn't have the money to pay a news or radio to cover them. It's at least $1,000 a pop. On top of that, with editing, you're talking almost like a $5,000 budget to get your business out there and get an actual digital campaign going. For $200 for them to join HV Gold for the whole year, I'm your cheerleader. I'm there to give you advice. I'm there to help your programs, to give you likes, to cheer you on, to give you motivation. Because sometimes, as us as business owners, we're down and out. I in the beginning started this program, and I was like, I just don't understand why businesses don't want to sign up with me. And I actually met another local business, and I believe she's going to get interviewed by you in later the week. But Angel's Friendly Coaching took the time to sit down with me, gave me an experience basically by, letting me know that this is just a bump in the road, and changed my attitude. And now look at where the group has gone. It went from 3,400 when I first met her to over 8,500. I met all the people that are commenting right now, Crystal, who's now my event planner, who helps me do the beautiful events that we do. Jesus, this guy is like ridiculous. If you see some of the stuff that he does, I swear he should have his own sitcom. Those are the type of people that you meet, and you're like, this is amazing.
On TikTok. He does. It's on
I'm just
TikTok.
saying. If anybody saw the Ace Ventura one, see, I watched it, Jesus. I got you. So, those are the type of people that I want to bring to light, because they are a part of the Hudson Valley and they love the Hudson Valley. So why not bring the people that love the area and bring them here to help make the area not only beautiful that it is, but make it viable. The Hudson Valley has so many businesses, so many close, so many open. And I want to just stop them from closing. It's really hard. This virus just proves the fact that you need to have a digital campaign. You need to be online. You need to come up with viable options as a business, whether you're a restaurant, a shop, insurance, whatever. You need to have some sort of social media presence, and you need to actually care about it, because it is the soap opera of your business. It's what, as the world turns, here is, CE Avengers, or here is 2A Solve and their story. You capture that person, and then they, wow, I think I'm a fan. This is great. This content's awesome. I didn't know you could do that. Oh my God. Wait, that person had that much mold in their house? Better call AMH. That type of thing. Folks Heating, Fox Air Corp, those businesses are there, and I had no idea they existed. They've done my boiler. I've had a guy do my chimney, master chimney sweep. He came and cleaned out my chimney, installed the fireplace insert, and now I'm saving money on my boiler and running gas. I would have never known he existed had it not been for the group.
I'm going to pause you for a second, Ramon.
I know, I get passionate. I'm sorry.
Who would have thought that the president of HV Gold Reward, the leader of 8,500 followers, would be able to speak so well and so much about the club? I just want to reestablish some things and also unpack some of what you put out there. You went on about a lot of things there that are super important, and that's why I didn't stop you, because you really hit on a lot of the points that I really wanted to get out today, especially about HV Gold Rewards. But there's a couple things in there that we really need to highlight. But first, this is the Shining Light Video Podcast show where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with Ramon Pineiro. I told you I'd roll the R for you. I'm here with Ramon Pineiro, and he is the president of HV Gold Rewards. HV Gold Rewards is a networking group on Facebook that helps you promote your business. And as Ramon was just speaking about, it helps promote your business through content. Through content like this, like what we're doing today. He does that for his clients, for the people that are part of the networking group, and he helps promote you guys through who you are. And I mean, when you think about this show and why I do this show to show the person, to highlight the person, because what you spoke about in your message there is by shopping local, you're going to a store that's personalized. You're going to a store that's personalized to your needs, but also personalized to the business owner. As you mentioned, that bookshop in Montgomery has a Harry Potter feel to it. So, I mean, if you go to Barnes & Nobles and buy a Harry Potter book, you're just buying the book. But if you go to this store in Montgomery, you feel like you're part of the whole experience of Harry Potter. And that's just a small example as to shopping local. There's so many different local shops, so many different local restaurants that offer that personalized feel. And by shopping local, we had Tom Lemmy on yesterday, and Tom Lemmy gave us a statistic that by shopping local, you're increasing your local community's business by 7 times because that money just keeps getting used and used over and over and over again. Just back to you now, Ramon. Get to HV Rewards, the Facebook group, one, how people can find it. We don't have to get into all the links and everything, but of course, how people can find the Facebook group, but also what HV Gold Rewards, highlight just a few things in there in terms of the membership and how people are sponsored when they join as a member.
All right, so I hope you can see me because my internet apparently is not the best in the whole world today. I'm an IT company, and apparently my internet wants to go. It's lovely. So Hudson Valley Gold Rewards, you sign up for a year, right? You could either do $20 a month or $200 for a year. When you do that, you get a profile on the website, which is hvgoldrewards.com, or let me see if I have it written down. Well, here, I'll use one of the cards. So if you go to hvgoldrewards.com, hopefully it spins around on the video. If not, it's okay. But hvgoldrewards.com is the website. You log in after you get a card. So if you have a card in your hand and you haven't activated it, you can't see the discounts, right? You have to get a card and you activate it. So that's for the customer. For the businesses, once they're logged in and they're actually a part of HV Gold, they get a year's worth of advertising.
I am so sorry, Ramon.
No.
Thank you, my love. I can't right now. I'm doing this show. Thank you.
Tell her, listen, you need an HV Gold Rewards card.
She asked me if I'm coming for a walk because it's really nice out.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have to. It's beautiful outside right now. It's going to be 80 degrees, by the way. So now that I did the weather. So HV Gold is, for the business, it's more of a conglomerate rewards program. Basically, small businesses can't afford a rewards program most of the time. They could use Square that takes a portion of their pay that they make, their revenue, and puts it towards their rewards program. They have different types of ways that they can come up with it, punching holes and stuff like that on cards. The customers end up losing the cards, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. The card itself, it actually tracks online. So if you have a profile on there, it tells you who activates the discount for you, and then that way you could actually keep track of who's using the card. So you get that as an option too, is the fact that you can track who's using the discounts. It actually GPS locates your business, so it uses Google Maps, and depending on the proximity you are from the person who's holding the phone, it'll actually GPS them within a 10-mile radius if they're featured. And if they're not featured, or if they're a business that I've collaborated with and they don't have that option, they would kind of fall a little bit further down. But prioritized featured members come up to the top of the list. So if, like, let's say I'm in Wappingers and I'm holding my phone in Wappingers, Café con Leche is one of the businesses that would pop right up. From there, it'll actually say what's their deal. It'll give the address. It'll have all the contacts of their social media. So they'll have Facebook, Instagram, and their website. So you get to know who they are before you use them. And then once you do that, you could actually utilize their business. So that's kind of like what HV Gold on the website does. The other facet of it is the group. So the group gives them advertising where they can advertise for a year. It unlocks me where I'm an achievement that I basically become their cheerleader and their concierge. You know, like basically I promote them. If I could think of an option for them to team up with somebody, I make it happen. If it's like, you know, like we talked and you were like, I need people to interview. And I'm like, boy, you asked the wrong person, because I just have a whole list. And I just went and I had a whole list of businesses that you could interview. That's the type of power that I come with. Is I come with the power of collaboration and cooperation. My thing is the way that you do that is when you do cooperation and collaboration, you come up with innovation. And that's the only way that small businesses are viable, is through innovation. So that's what the program is. So only $200. That's less than $15 a month for the year plan, or just $20 a month for the monthly plan. And you basically get almost a whole marketing team helping you. We've done videos, interviews, you name it. You know, if I could come up with a ploy to help the business, I'm going to do it. Just like for instance, Small Business Saturday, this is the second year in a row that I did it. So in November, I drove all the way from Hyde Park and I interviewed TNT Karate, and then worked my way all the way down to Putnam and went to Cold Spring and interviewed the Gift Hut. So that's how, and like there was a long trip.
Probably about 50
It was
minutes.
all day. Yeah, it was a long trip. And it wasn't straight, I can tell you that, because I had to go to this business, to this business, to that business, but I try to do it in order.
Right.
But that's the whole thing, is like, you know, I'll come up with ways that I'm used to doing I used to do marketing for Best Buy when I used to work for them, so that I could get people in there. And that's what made me a viable business owner, technically a supervisor in Best Buy, and I was the #1 salesperson there. Well, I'm taking the same ideologies that I learned from a corporate-based business, and I'm applying it to small businesses to kind of help them grow as if they were a corporation.
Right. Yeah, you know, you mentioned a lot in there too about the collaboration and everything, and you're 100% correct. It's what I learned by meeting you, and we met virtually, which is pretty neat. You know, you and I formed a relationship through cell phones. We haven't met physically yet. One day we will, after this is all over, I'm sure. But anyway, we formed a relationship, and what I learned about you is that's what you're all about, is about collaboration. You're all about, you and I share the same mind in terms of that, of like, we want to just be able to help everybody around us, because we understand that by helping everybody around us, it's going to help us too. So it's like, it's not all about me, because if it's all about me, then I'm by myself. But by working with everybody together, we're all going to rise together. And I love that about you, because you do so much for the community. And I do want to also mention that, yes, you know, it's so funny, because you experience some of the same issues that I'm experiencing currently, which is so odd, is that you formed a Facebook networking group to help the local businesses, and then all of a sudden they didn't want to be a part of the group, and you didn't understand why. And I kind of went through the same issue of like, I started this show to be able to highlight the local businesses. You know, I'm part of the chamber, I'm part of the business associations, I'm part of so many different business organizations. And I'm like, hey, I want to highlight you. And I'm like, why am I getting crickets? It's so weird. And it's so weird, and everybody's got their reason. You know, they're shy, they're camera shy, they don't necessarily know how to promote themselves and everything, and I totally get it. But yeah, it's very odd sometimes. So sometimes the local business community needs a little boost, and you help boost that. And by the way, Crystal, who's very active right now in our messaging, she's coming in on Tuesday.
I see you.
And we're actually having a whole HV Gold members week next week, and Crystal's kicking it off on Tuesday on your birthday. To move along here, because I know you're so passionate about HV Gold Rewards. You're so passionate about the Hudson Valley, as am I. I'm going to move things along here, because otherwise we're going to be here till 1 o'clock. This is the Shining Light video podcast show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. You could feel the positivity coming off of this man right here. He helps local businesses thrive in their local community by promoting them on a Facebook group that has over 8,500 members. What that means to you is that when you put a post on his Facebook group, over 8,500 people are seeing this post, which is huge, because when you look at the algorithms of Facebook and of social media, it's very hard to get in front of people. I'll tell you that from a personal stance right here myself. Not that all 8,500 people are seeing you, but you have access to all 8,500 people. Ramon, you spoke so much about HV Gold Rewards, and all the links are in my bio, and everywhere there. You're a sponsor to the show. You're an affiliate to the show, so everybody knows how to reach you there. I want to focus now on the positivity and what you see as a positive outcome from this quarantine that we're all in. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of businesses, as you mentioned, shutting down, closing their shop, but there's also a lot of businesses thriving through this. And I know that you look at things from a positive stance. What do you see as a positive outcome from this quarantine?
So it is a very, like I said, it's a very good platform to innovate. A lot of businesses are changing their way they do business, and some of it is actually paying off. A lot of them are doing delivery, takeout, and delivery, takeout, pickup. I guess you could call it the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? But basically, they didn't offer that before, and now they're like, you know what? We have to offer it. They're innovating and looking at apps. They're trying to get more digitally involved. So, granted, this virus has taken a lot, and I have actually personally had a couple of my business associates, 3 of their businesses closed. But in that, some of them are getting inspired to renew their business in a different form. And they're basically taking it, not just being in a brick and mortar, they're taking it to the streets by going online, where, it's like the yellow brick road, because literally it's endless. And, that's the innovation that I was talking about. Is like, some people wouldn't even think of doing that. And now that they're reaching out, they're like, hey, Ramon, who would you use for this? Who would you use for that? And I'm like, this, go, get it. And now they're actually taking those tools and they're revamping their business to do that, which is great, because if you can't innovate and you can't collaborate, and then you can't prosper. I was trying to think of a rhyme there, but I couldn't make it.
DJ Echo, help us out.
Yeah. But that's the whole point, is this innovation that people are doing, it's going to put a strong footprint in the Hudson Valley for those businesses, and eventually get them to be the franchises that they want to be the businesses that grow, because they weren't willing to give up. They said, no, we're not closing. No, we're not going to stop doing what we were doing. Some of the restaurants, they couldn't. This is their only livelihood. They had to take it positively and say, you know what, we're going to do what we do best, and we're going to take care of our clients. We're going to take care of our customers. And they're doing it. I mean, I see every day that food posts and businesses are giving away food. They're actually helping out the community, turning around and feeding people that can't afford to eat. They're feeding kids who are home from school, because the parents are usually feeding them at lunch through programs in school, and now they can't. So how are these kids eating? And these restaurants are stepping up, and they're like, you know what? Here, just take our food. Take it. We're giving it away for free. Right to you guys, because we wanted to show you that we're part of the community. Yeah, and you don't see that from like large franchises. You don't see that from Walmart. You don't see that. You see that from all the beautiful small businesses that are in the Hudson Valley giving back. Right, right. If you want somebody to sponsor your kid's baseball team, trust me, all these small businesses would back that kid and make them go the distance to the major leagues if they could, or become the best soccer player, or the best violinist, because they're the ones that sponsor all the events. They're the ones that sponsor, your kids' recital, the pamphlet that they have with the ads and stuff like that, the programs. Those are all small businesses that are doing that. I've never seen a corporation give as much as these small businesses have. And they're giving the shirts literally off their back in some cases. And you know what? It's going to pay off, because people see how much they really care about their home. Because that's what it is. The home for a lot of these corporations is like California, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas. But all these small businesses that I'm talking about, their home is in Wappingers, in Cold Spring, in Montgomery, you know, the names that are here, Middletown, you know, they're here. They're your neighbor. They're your friend. They're your family. So the easiest thing that you could do is like, share, comment. It's free, but you enhance their world by leaps and bounds by doing that. Just like your videos that you're doing now. You inspire so many people by what you're doing, because not a lot of people can just, hey, I'm going to interview businesses. I started it, and it's hard. And I commend you for doing this. And that's why I wanted to sponsor a lot of your videos and try to get it out there, because you're taking the time out of your day, which is time that you could be spending with your family, helping all these small businesses. When you're not even an interviewer, you're an insurance salesperson, and you're turning you're innovating. You're doing exactly what I just said. You're innovating to not only make your business viable, but you're also helping your community at the same time. For the people that don't know how to speak in some cases, and be able to put their message out there, you could say, you know what, let's go it a different way. Ramon, stop. We have to mention this. You know, and those are the beautiful things that some business owners can't think of, and you're doing it. So I commend you, Mike. Like, seriously and truly. Like, if people don't watch this podcast, they're missing out. You're a great interviewer, and you're helping out so many people. It's ridiculous. And on top of that, you're the owner of a not-for-profit, and you're helping people not only here, but you're helping people in the Caribbean, which, you know, I've done myself. We went to Puerto Rico, and we helped during the earthquakes. And you're helping.
We're gonna get into that. Wait.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. And I just want to make a correction. I'm not the owner of a non-for-profit. It was founded by family and friends. My father is the president, but I'm part of the chair of the fundraising. Let's call it.
Okay.
Right?
The chair.
But I appreciate that, and you're 100% correct about local, and I love that. Your positive spin on it is all about people revamping themselves. And you made me think of a couple businesses that we know personally that are doing that. One of them was on the show recently, Farmers and Chefs, and he's out feeding, as you said, feeding the front line, feeding people that need meals. He's going out in his food trucks, making sure that that's getting done. So got to give him a shout out for sure. John over at Farmers and Chefs, they're over in Poughkeepsie. The other one that
and his food's really good too.
It's very, very good. He's top notch. Now, the other person that you also we know very well, who's also part of HV Gold Rewards, is Lily Ray in the Hamlet. Lily Ray in the Hamlet has like a small little 400 square foot shop off of like the beaten road, off the beaten path. Her business wasn't doing that well before COVID. All of a sudden, COVID happens. Nobody's coming anywhere, right? And she did exactly what you talked about. She re-innovated everything, and she's selling everything on Facebook Marketplace. She's moved her shop to a storage unit. She's just amazing. She's all about re-innovation. And I remember I spoke with her because I'm also her agent. And I said, Renee, what are you going to do? And she's like, Michael, I'm going to tell you right now, this virus is not stopping me. She goes, nothing is stopping me. She goes, if I had no foot traffic for a week or 2 weeks in my location, you think that's going to stop me? You think this virus is going to stop me? Nothing is stopping me. And that mindset, she was all about re-innovation and finding a new way. And she's killing it. She's on Facebook Marketplace. And the cool thing about her, too, is that her whole store is all about selling local products. Almost everything on her shelves comes from, as you mentioned, Middletown, Wappingers, High Falls, all the different places in the Hudson Valley. Something else I want to talk about quickly is that we're talking about the Hudson Valley because that's where we live. But I always like to say this because I think this video podcast branches out to more than just our local Hudson Valley. I know that I have family in Queens. We have people all over watching, right? Your local community is where you live. And another thing that you talked about, Ramon, that I want to highlight too, is that remember, the people that sponsor your Little League team, the people that put, like you said on the pamphlet, those are your local community. And to go visit them, go in their shop, even if you don't buy something, go in, support them, just be part of them. And as you said, to like and share everything that you said on there. So many people commenting on all of that stuff. I want to also say Jeff Severson, Katie Haynes, and Sheila Gilday Creative started a website, We're Still Open Hudson Valley. Same thing like you and me, very like-minded about supporting the local community. They're volunteering their time to do that website, to run a website with over 800 members in it. So just amazing stuff. Ramon, I want to get into Puerto Rico because when I bring up this question, I can't help but bring up the great things that the people that I interviewed do. And you and I spoke. And yes, you know, Forgotten Children of Haiti. I'm part of Forgotten Children of Haiti. I'm half Haitian. My mother's Haitian, and my parents and family members started that in 1993. And as soon as I told you about Forgotten Children of Haiti, you said, Michael, let me know how I can help you. And then like next thing I got was a phone call from you. Hey, I got a link up. Listen, this is what we're doing. Every card that we sell, the discount card, if the discount card is $10, every card that you sell with this link, I'm going to donate $8 towards your fundraiser. We barely knew each other, and you decided to do that. So obviously amazing. And then you shared with me your story about how Puerto Rico has been suffering from earthquakes on an ongoing basis. And you and some friends went down there to just go and help. This leads right into my question of, can you share with us any acts of kindness and generosity going on in your local community? Ramon, obviously so much, you do so much for your community. Can you share with us that story and any other stories going on in your community, please?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to give a shout out to the one person that came down with me specifically, Tony Reed from Drone Tech UAS. We actually mapped out a lot of the areas, the camps that were down there to help kind of direct people in the right location. We were there for like almost a week, and we were given, stuff to, and like the bare essentials that you would think are just bare essentials, and people were just so grateful for it. And the acts of kindness that you see here, one person I want to give is Lakete Taylor and Karamia in Poughkeepsie. They're just part of it. Micah, I know, also helps them as well with deliveries. They're feeding Poughkeepsie. And I wish I could do more other than sharing their stuff right now, because I'm like literally working like 3 weeks straight because I have to keep everybody with this Netflix and electricity going for my day job. They're feeding people. Like I said, they're every day, literally, hey, who needs food? Who needs food? Who needs food? And the beautiful things that they're doing at Community Matters too, Hope on a Mission. I believe the Change Point Church is also helping as well, and HV Concierge. The things that they're doing in Poughkeepsie. What was it? Oh, and Frankie Flowers. Yeah. And Frankie Flowers, the beautiful things that these guys are doing is just what exactly I've been talking about is, this is the community. This is us. This is the Hudson Valley. We are the Hudson Valley, and without us, there is no Hudson Valley. There's just trees. So, those are the beautiful things that people do. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I could go on with so many different people that do stuff. It's ridiculous how many acts of kindness there are.
With great people is really what it comes down to.
Yeah. I mean, I just wish that people could understand that it's so simple to even just do an act of kindness of just hitting a like button, hitting a share button, and commenting. That impact that you do to that business, because people could write off a business in 1 second and say, you know what, I don't want to use them anymore. I had a bad experience. I'm done. And close that business forever. But then when they get a good experience, all they have to do is just boop, boop, type a little paragraph. 5 minutes out of their day would change a small business's world for years to come. And that's all they have to do, literally, is just do that. And it would help so many businesses out here. Like if you are home right now and all you have is your computer and your smartphone, leave some comments. Get blocked by Facebook by leaving so many comments on small businesses that Mark Zuckerberg says, stop, no more.
To your point, we had a friend of mine, Mo Gibbons, come on, and that was one of her things as well, was just leave a comment. Also, Sheila Gilday, actually from Gilday Creative, that was also the same thing. She said, leave a review for somebody. A Google review is going to help them tremendously. So if you want to help the businesses in your local community, you don't necessarily have to spend money. Just leave them a Google review. It's going to help increase their API. It's going to help increase, not their API, their SEO, be able to be seen so that other people can shop where you're shopping, really, and helping these local businesses. Ramon, I don't want Instagram to cut us off, so I have to move us along because we only get I think an hour on Instagram, and we're moving along. You're an awesome interviewee. Ramon, obviously, you're connected with so many different businesses in the local area. You have your network is huge, and this is going to be probably the hardest question, but I'm going to pose it for you. When this quarantine's over, What's one place that you can't wait to bust down their doors and say, take care of me?
Oh man.
I know.
There's so many. There's so many businesses. I mean,
Make sure you mention your best member.
yeah. No, well, I mean, to be honest with you, there's a lot of things that I have to do with my house. I've been doing a lot of yard work, so I'm definitely going to hit up ML Landscaping, Mark Laurent. He's going to actually help me regrade my backyard, so that's definitely happening. So, you know, he might be like one of the first people I reach out to. I mean, I kind of reached out to him already a little bit, but
right.
I'm trying to make my yard beautiful again. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But, you know, eating wise, if I was going to go any place to try to eat somewhere, I've gone to Café con Leche, I've gone to Sazon Boricua, which are both beautiful businesses, but I have to go to Aroma Asteria in Wappingers. That's where me and my wife have our anniversary dinners, and I would love to go and experience their food there just one more time. Even if they're not a part of HV Gold, it's a local business that touches my heart. So
right. You have a good place there. That's awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that. This has been the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their community. I'm here with Ramon Pineiro. And Ramon, before we wrap the show, I would just like to pass the mic back to you for one last. I'm only going to give you 1 minute, only because Instagram's going to cut us off, and I got to get our last messages out, especially our sponsor. Right? One last message that you would like to share with our community. Any, of course, you're going to be able to drop all the links and everything in the comments. But your last message, please.
So the biggest message that I could kind of give everybody is don't give up. It's so easy to say I'm done. Nothing's impossible when you have the. Did I lose you?
Your camera froze. Say it again.
Oh, so I said that my last message, okay, is don't give up. It's not impossible. You can do this. And no matter what, you have a community behind you. You just have to find it. And the only way you could do that is to reach out. You never know who's going to be your next friend or your next support. So never knock a hand coming at you. Like, not a fist, a hand reaching out for you to hold on, to do elbows now, because that's the new handshake.
Right.
Listen, that never knock a collaboration, because a collaboration could bring so much beauty in the future.
Yep. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, you know, that's exactly what's happening here between us collaborating and helping out our local businesses. And definitely help your local, but also lean on your local. And you can definitely do that. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I want to just give everybody a quick update on Forgotten Children of Haiti's fundraiser, Mass for the Frontline in Haiti. Thanks to our generous donors, we have accomplished $2,800 towards our goal of $5,000. Nice. Please help us accomplish that goal by the end of this month by visiting our GoFundMe campaign and making a donation today of just $8 to buy one mask for one frontline worker in Haiti. The link's in my bio and the description of this video. I got our show sponsor right here. This show has been sponsored by HV Gold Rewards, the largest Facebook business networking group in the Hudson Valley. Visit hvgoldrewards.com and buy your $10 discount card and enter promo code FCH, and HV Gold Rewards will donate $8 for every card sold towards our fundraiser. Thank you, Ramon, for putting that together for us.
No problem.
Tune in next week where we have a lineup of HV Gold Rewards members. We're going to kick it off with somebody who's been very active in the comments, Crystal and AMH Home Mold and Remediation. Sorry if I got your name wrong, but you get the point. She's going to be on. She's kicking off the week on Tuesday. I'm going to be taking Monday off. It's Memorial Day, so thank you to all of our veterans out there. But we're going to be taking Monday off, and we're going to kick the show off on Tuesday the 26th. Tune in, Crystal, and the whole week's going to be dedicated to HV Gold Reward members. You're going to be able to see them. I want to remind everybody there's going to be a replay of this show at 6 o'clock on my business Facebook page. That's Michael Esposito, Accent Insurance. You can watch a full replay of this show on my Facebook page. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Ramon, thanks so much for being a part of this show.
Thanks so much
for bringing me your community and bringing me into your community. I really appreciate it. And
we're going to be working on
a lot of things.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Mike. Awesome. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, stay happy and stay healthy, everyone. Have a great day and a great weekend. Bye.
All right.